Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming
Hello,
to
this
you
is McD
today
the Beast, and this is McD
live.
Sports 4 coming to you today.
And basically, sorry about that. I accidentally had it on my live stream just to make sure everything was okay. But basically, I'm going to be talking about NBA free agency. This is the last video I'm going to do about NBA free agency before the 6 p.m. deadline tomorrow. I'm doing a live stream, so if you have any questions, please be more happy to type them in the comment section. I'm just basically going to start going through NBA rumors and giving my thoughts on them on my handy dandy phone right here. So let's get into it. I'm just typing in real quick. A lot of news, obviously. We're going to start off with the Boston Celtics with Kemba Walker. He intends to sign with the Max. And before I continue, I do want to talk about how that news broke. I don't like how that news broke. Actually, in my opinion, I do think that news should not break like that until at least the 6 p.m. deadline, right? The 6 p.m. Start time of free agency tomorrow. I really don't like knowing right now that Kemba Walker is going to sign with the Celtics. But I think it's a great signing. I would prefer to see him on the Mavericks personally, but I think it's a great signing. The Celtics, all they need is really just a center because I don't think Daniel Thesis is a starting center. Personally, I think he's great off the bench. Give him an average center. I think Dwayne Dedmon's on the market. I think he'll be a good fit. JaVale McGee, he might want to be signed to the Lakers, but he might be a good fit as well. And speaking about Dwayne Dedmon, he's drawing interest from the Sacramento Kings. Kings are looking for a center because Willie Cauley-Stein, he wants out. Um, so they're going to need a center. I know Willie Cauley-Stein is a restricted free agent, but if that offer's too high, Sacramento's going to let him walk. So I do believe that the Sacramento Kings might sign Dwayne Dedmon. I think Dwayne Dedmon is a decent center. Um, in today's NBA, your center only really plays your traditional center. They only play 20, 25 minutes a night basically. So I think he'll be a great center if he signs with the Kings, but I'd like to see him on the Celtics. And the Kings are also going to go ahead and offer Harrison Barnes 4 years at $90 million. That is overpaying him as far as I'm concerned, but if you're the Kings, you got to overpay players for them to play with you because you are a small market team. I do think that the Kings have a shot to make the playoffs this upcoming season, but we will wait and see as usual. But I do think that since the NBA is wide open, and yes, I don't think Kemba Walker signing with the Celtics or intends to sign with the Celtics. I don't think that makes the Celtics the favorites, but I just think, or AD or LeBron, which I'm going to get to the Lakers in a second. But overall, I think the NBA is wide open. I think this free agency period is going to be fun to watch. But speaking about the Lakers, let's talk about them. The LA Lakers, they are supposedly going to be getting a meeting with Kawhi Leonard. Personally, I think that Kawhi Leonard, he will basically, I think, end up with the Clippers personally, and not the Raptors. I think a smokescreen personally, with the whole meeting with the LA Lakers. The Lakers, they have room for one max player. Personally, I would like to see the Lakers go ahead and use that money at different spots. Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee, they both want to re-sign there. I think Jeremy Lamb, Kyle Korver, who else? I heard Patrick Beverley. By the way, Patrick Beverley, I think, will be a LA Clipper. I think he's going to stay with the Clippers. You go ahead and look at other players, other shooters, other big men, obviously. I mean, the LA Lakers, I think, should just split up that money, that $32 million in cap space. I think they should split it up into different players. Maybe get 3 or 4 players with that $32 million in cap space instead of just one max player. I know they're interested in D'Angelo Russell as well. He's going to take up a good chunk of that 32 million. Probably, I think, I have 23 million a year. I think is the contract, or maybe even more than that. I think it says it sounds like D'Angelo Russell is going to be going to the is not D'Angelo Russell. It sounds like Kyrie Irving is going to be going to the Brooklyn Nets. Uh, and by the way, I like that move. KD, he sounds like he's going to the Brooklyn Nets as well. So I think those two are going to pair up. I know they want DeAndre Jordan as well, and they're looking at other players. But I'll get into the Nets here in a second. I just think overall, though, I just think the Lakers, they should just split up that money at all and at different players. Like they also are interested in Steph Curry as well. So that's definitely something to look at as well. Deadman, Dwayne Deadman, I brought him up a minute ago. He also has a mutual interest with the Kings, so he might go ahead and sign with them. He's an Atlanta Hawk going to the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento, they have a nice team and at least a nice, exciting backcourt in De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. So the Kings, they definitely have something going for them, is what I'm trying to say. Durant and Leonard are considering playing together. So Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard, that would be with the Clippers if that's the case. Kevin Looney is going to go ahead and meet with the Rockets. Speaking about the Rockets, Nene, he declines player option, so Nene is going to be a free agent. Jimmy Butler, yeah, I want to talk about Jimmy Butler. He should resign with the Sixers. He's going to take meetings with the Heat and Rockets. I know he's interested in the Rockets. It'll have to be a sign and trade. The Rockets do believe they could get a 3-team deal done since the Rockets are going to go ahead and trade Clint Capella somewhere in that trade. So they think they have a team that would take Clint Capella, and the Sixers will be getting Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker back, and probably stuffing back from that third team. He's also going to take a meeting with the Heat. That doesn't surprise me. He expressed interest in the Heat. He wanted to be traded to the Heat when he was on the Minnesota Timberwolves before he got traded to the Sixers. So definitely a team that I know he has interest in. So he's taking a meeting with them. Terry Rozier, since the Celtics are going to go ahead and get Kemba Walker, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. Indiana Pacers, Phoenix Suns are the top two destinations, in my opinion. I say Indiana. I know they are interested in Ricky Rubio, but the Indiana Pacers, I think, need Terry Rozier if they want to take that next level. Victor Oladipo is going to be out for about half the year, so basically get him back. Terry Rozier. I'll talk about Darren Collison in a second, and then you have Miles Turner, and you also have Sabonis on your team. Surround them with good talent. I think Thaddeus Young is a free agent, I believe. We signed him. Maybe go out, maybe get Lance Stevenson. He always liked it in Indiana. Maybe go out and get him. And then you could go ahead and have yourself a nice team there in Indiana. And speaking about Darren Collison, he announced his retirement late last night. And basically, he is retiring after 10 years in the NBA. I was disappointed because I was like, hey, this is a guy the Wizards could go after since John Wall is going to be out for most of next year. The Washington Wizards could go after him, sign him for a 1-year contract at maybe $10 million a year, 1 year, $10 million contract. He'll platoon with Thomas Statourakis or whatever his last name is. I can't pronounce his last name for some reason. Excuse me, but platoon there, and then maybe once John Wall comes back in like late January, we could trade him. He is retiring to spend more time with his family, which I understand, and he wants to focus on his religion because he's one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm not making fun of him about that. I'm just reporting the news and facts. That's what he said, and that's what he wants to do. I respect that. And hopefully he will have fun being a Jehovah Witness or whatever. I'm not religious at all, by the way. Just saying. But next thing I want to talk about, Derrick Rose. He wants to go ahead and sign with the Detroit Pistons. They're working on a 2-year deal, it looks like, with the Pistons. The Pistons, he will probably be their sixth man, probably. You look at the Detroit Pistons, Reggie Jackson. You look at Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. I mean, outside of that, you don't have much. I mean, So I mean, Luke Kennard. So basically, and Ash Smith is a free agent as well. So he'll be coming off the bench. Derrick Rose as their sixth man. So hopefully that works out for him. I think Derrick Rose could be possibly one of the best six man in the league. Oh yeah, this is an interesting story I want to talk about that happened earlier. Nikola Mitrovic is someone that could really shoot the what out of the ball. He is going to go ahead and play with a European League club in the EuroLeague club, Barcelona. He's going to go ahead and play with them. It's I don't know how many years are on the deal, but it's like a $50 million deal. Personally, I mean, it's kind of disappointing. This guy is definitely one of the better players in the NBA. Definitely at least one of the better role players in the NBA. But he wants to play in Europe. He's from Europe, obviously. And good luck to him. Maybe he'll come back in the NBA in a year or two. The Lakers are confident about landing Kawhi Leonard. Listen, they're getting smoke screened. Warriors are going to be signing Klay Thompson. They're going to agree on a 5-year, $190 million contract. That'll probably be the first video I do. And by the way I'm doing the videos for NBA free agency, any news I want to talk about, I'm doing a video about it. It's going to be 2-3 minutes, quick videos, in and out. So that'll probably be my first video. I think we're going to have about maybe 3 or 4 videos tomorrow night. So that'll probably be a video. Timberwolves, they want to meet with D'Angelo Russell as well. They're actually meeting with him, it looks like. And listen, Timberwolves, they need to upgrade that point guard position. Jeff Teague, he's okay, but he's not he's not good enough, in my opinion. So that will be an upgrade. He was an all-star last year, and basically we'll see what happens there. How you doing, Common Dude 45? You would have not liked what you would have heard on Mark Rogers TV. They came up with a list of over-unders for CBS. They came up with a list for all 130 teams, and they forgot Rutgers on the list. So I don't know the over-under for CBS because I called up basically bitching about the mail-in one, but they absolutely forgot to put Rutgers on the list. So you would have not liked that. I even said on the car with Mark Rogers, I wonder what commentator would have thought about this. It was a fun stream, but I had to go ahead and do my stream that I scheduled. So I basically, yeah. But we're talking about NBA free agency, basically, since that's starting up tomorrow at 6 p.m. Nuggets are going to pick up that option on Millsap, $30 million play option. He's not worth that, but if you're the Nuggets, you got to keep him, so I understand. Let's see what else. What else I was planning on talking about. Lakers Lakers are favorites for Carmelo Anthony. Basically, yeah, I don't understand why any team wants Carmelo Anthony. He's washed up. He is really washed up. I'm hoping Corey Sanders gets a second chance to go to the NBA. Hopefully. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really watch college basketball. I'm assuming he's a Rutgers player, but hopefully, I believe everybody should get a shot at the NBA. Let's see. I mean, Devin Booker. Lakers are interested in Nikola Vucevic. Oh yeah, speaking about Nikola Vucevic, the Orlando Magic are going to offer him 4 years and $90 million. I think he's a bit underpaid at that. I think if I'm him, I'd walk from that. I say, give me a better offer. So, yeah. Yeah, Bruno Fernando got drafted. I forget which team, though. He was a second-round pick. I'll have to look that up to tell you. I don't really pay attention to the second round of the NBA draft. But I was done watching that after probably after picking up a rank 20. The question is, though, where are my Wizards going to do this NBA free agency? Nothing. I mean, I'm that serious. They're going to probably go ahead, re-sign Bobby Portis, and they're going to go ahead and do a few other things. Maybe like upgrade the point guard position, find backup shooting guard. But hopefully we do something. Last year, our offseason was actually pretty good outside of drafting Troy Brown. Yeah, I don't blame you, comment, dude. My live streams are awesome. But see if I can find anything else I want to talk about. I was planning on doing this for like a good hour, and we're about 15, 16 minutes in. Kawhi wants the second star to join with him if he goes with the Clippers. So yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, I don't think he wants to carry that load though. I think that's the problem because he had to carry that load in Toronto. But basically, I mean, I don't blame him. I have to accept this. Cookies. Some Durant and Kawhi teaming up. I want to talk about that. Ooh, probably the top two out of the top three players teaming up, arguably. I mean, some people still think that LeBron is still number one. I disagree with that. Usually they say I'll get okay. I have 103 subscribers, so technically every video should average about 10 views. Some videos get more, some videos get less, but that's the theory with YouTube. They say every 10 subscribers you should have at least one view per video. So I have 103 subscribers, so really I should have 10.3 views per video. And I forgot to say, speaking about subscribers, in case people watch this later and they're not subscribed, I have a subscriber goal. Since we just hit the last one at 100 by the end of the month, 200 by August 24th. I want to have 200 subscribers before college football takes off. And I think we're going to gain a lot of subscribers this fall. I have a good feeling we will. There's Tobias Harris. That's a guy I want to talk about. Tobias Harris. He's going to possibly go to Brooklyn, Minnesota, and then different person. Brooklyn. He's going to go to Brooklyn. Looks like Tobias Harris. I think Tobias Harris. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. He might stay with the Sixers. Don't rule out the Knicks. Don't rule out Don't rule out the Nets. Don't rule out the. I wouldn't rule out really any team. I don't think he's a max player, but I do think that I do think personally he's going to go ahead and get a good contract. Let's see. Pelicans are going after Al Horford. Al Horford's going to sign with the Mavericks, it looks like. It's a good signing. Personally, I just think that personally, I just feel like that it'll be a good signing. I got a little bit sidetracked. And someone wants to. I have to review every message that might be considered bad, but we'll show it. 48 subs. You're the most recent. Get about 10 views per video. Most likely due to me rewatching them and advertising them on Uncle Low. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really advertise my videos that much. I don't even think Uncle Lou knows I have a YouTube channel. Carolina Jackpot knows I have one though because he gave me a shout out, gave me a little bit of a boost. So he's like really probably the biggest one that knows I have a YouTube channel. And Alonzo 1219 knows I have a YouTube channel as well. So those are really the only two that have a YouTube channel on the big level, like 1,000 or more subscribers. I feel like I might send Uncle Lou so Uncle Lou. I feel like I might tell him, hey, can you show one of my videos, the Georgia football prediction video? He said he's gonna show videos of people that view his channel that has YouTube channels. So I'll give him permission to show the Georgia uh, prediction video. He should be pretty happy with it, even though he might be a little bit disgusted with that Florida loss, but that's just me. Let's see. I'm just trying to look up any any of the not views. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, when he does that 24-hour live stream, I'm gonna be on vacation for on part of it. I'm gonna be driving down on vacation for part of that. So I mean, so I'm not gonna be able to watch the whole thing. Malcolm Brogdon, I do want to talk about him though real quick, since this is an NBA free agency preview. Malcolm Brogdon reporting is he's supposedly Chicago's going to offer him a huge offer. I think he stays with the Bucks. And I think they let Eric Bledsoe walk. And now I'm going to talk about Eric Bledsoe here in a second. But Malcolm Brogdon, I think, is better than Eric Bledsoe, and basically, he, I think, will be a better option for the Bucks. Yes, I'm in college. I go to community college, so a lot of flexibility. A lot of flexibility. That's why I'm able to do this. Yeah, speaking of Eric Bledsoe and Chris Middleton, let's talk about both of them. Chris Middleton staying with the Bucks, in my opinion. I got told don't be surprised if Indiana offers him a contract, even though Indiana got T.J. Warren, and that's a good trade that Indiana made. But don't be surprised at that. I got told. And then personally, I think Eric Bledsoe. I say he goes to either Indiana or he goes to Charlotte. Charlotte, they are looking for, supposedly they're front runners now for Elfrid Payton. Listen, the Charlotte Hornets are going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA now since Kemba Walker's done. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Charlotte's going to be terrible this season. They're going to be terrible. They're going to win maybe 25 games. And listen, they need to rebuild. The talent they had. If Kemba resigned, at best they'll make in the first round and losing in 6. That's the best that they were going to do. I can't. That's all I really got on the Hornets. I'm serious. The Hornets are going to be terrible next year. If you're a Hornets fan watching this, sorry, your team's going to be terrible. You're going to be right there in the East, probably with Cleveland. I do think the Knicks are going to be better next year because the Knicks are going to be going after the Knicks are going to be going ahead and going after DeMarcus Cousins. They're also interested in a few other mid-level pieces. So I think the Knicks are going to be competitive next year. Who else? Who else might be bad in the East besides Charlotte? Because that's just about it I can think of on the top of my head. I think Chicago's going to be better. That talent's going to have a year under that young talent's going to have a year under his belt. I think they're going to be more experienced. I like their head coach. But I think Charlotte's going to be right there as the worst team in the East with Cleveland. Maybe the Wizards as well. Man, I just ripped the Wizards. Rip Uncle Luke. What happened to him? What happened to him? What happened to Uncle Luke? What happened to Uncle Luke? Oh, yeah, his team is gonna have a rough season next year. And listen, I'm sure he knows, but his team's gonna have his team's gonna have a rough season. Yeah, you don't want anybody dead. Trust me, people dying are always the worst. Yeah, I just recently had a former baseball coach that suddenly passed away. So definitely, yeah, it sucks when people die. Yeah, it was tough because I'm friends with the son, so it was tough. But basically, let's move on to happy thoughts. Yeah, at least he has the Carolina Panthers. They're going to be decent this year. I think. I hope, even though Cam Newton wildly inconsistent. But Uncle Luke's a North Carolina fan, right? Yeah, it's kind of rough for him right now. But anyways, I don't really want to talk about anybody on my channel. Ian's Cancer is drawing his interest from the Lakers and Celtics along with the Bucks. Not the Bucks, the Blazers. Um, okay, I think he's going to re-sign with the Blazers, but we'll see what happens. Patrick Beverley, he's going to have meetings with the Mavericks, the Bulls, the Lakers, the Clippers. I think Patrick Beverley should re-sign with the Clippers. I think he fits that mold there. I think the Clippers might offer him maybe $12 million a year. I always feel like I am a fan of teams I was often snake bit. Who else are you a fan of besides Rutgers? And by the way, Common Dude 45, he's on the Rutgers marching band, so he goes to all the games for free. Oh, oh, you're not a Yankees fan? Yeah, if you, I don't know if you watch Stephen A. Smith, but he always says Mets fans are always bad. Um, Joey D, what's up? The Nets are going to be trash with Kyrie Irving. I mean, you could make the argument saying he wasn't a good leader in Boston, kind of ruining their chances. You could make that argument, but I do feel like and the difference between Boston and Brooklyn is that those Brooklyn young stars are more rugged, like they want to get after it, unlike the Boston stars, young stars. So I do think that is the difference there. So I don't think it'll be as bad as I don't think it'll be as bad as the Celtics, but I don't think it'll be as but I don't think it'll be like the full potential. Stephen A is one of those biggest idiots in the world. Is one of the biggest idiots in the world. He makes up shit for a living. Um, I think he does. I think he should stick to basketball. Personally, I mean, he doesn't know hockey. I mean, did you saw that clip when he tried talking hockey once? I mean, I don't know much about hockey, but I know how the playoff bracket is in hockey. It's like the two top. It's like the division winners, and then it's like a wild card. It's all weird in it and everything. But the whole he does not know anything about hockey. I don't know why he was talking about hockey. Like I feel like ESPN. I despise ESPN, by the way. I can't stand them, but I'm forced to watch them because what else am I going to watch? I mean, Fox Sports One. I like Fox Sports One, but I can't stand that show 12 to 3 every day. But I feel like they just have him on these platforms, Stephen A. Smith, because he brings a lot of energy. That's why. So that's my view of Stephen A. Smith. I like him personally, but um, that's just me. I like the Fox broadcasting team. I like the Fox broadcasting team. I like Joe Klatt. I think he's a Big Ten homer. Um, but Gus Johnson, yeah, Gus Johnson's awesome. I don't care what people say. Probably grew up as a Lakers fan. That is true. 30 minutes later, he said in an interview that he likes Allen Iverson growing up and hated the Lakers as a kid. Um, okay. I mean, I'm not aware of these interviews personally, but personally, I think Kawhi Leonard was signing with the Clippers. Personally, I think the Lakers is just a bunch of smokescreen. Um, so I think he's going to sign with the Clippers with Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler's considering the Clippers as well. You don't like Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. I think they're decent. That's the only broadcasting team that I would watch on ESPN. I can't stand Steve Levy. I can't stand Sean McDonough's okay. Um, but overall, I think that um, I think that overall, I do like Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. And I do get that a lot. Fowler's and Saban are look alike. They kind of are. Chris Fowler kind of looks like someone in a video game, honestly. I'm not going to lie. He looks like someone you would see like in Skyrim. And the three most That is true. That is true. That is true. He did do that, Stephen A. Smith. That was pretty bad. I mean that's a pretty bad that's a pretty bad that was pretty bad. Skyrim, okay, buddy. You have something against Skyrim? Skyrim is one of the best video games of all time. But I'm serious. Chris Fowler, he reminds me of like one of those like characters that you see in Skyrim, like on the video game Skyrim. He looks like that's what he looks like to me personally. I have to look at Max's face to tell you, um, to agree with you on that, Joey D. But this is about NBA free agency. So I do want to talk some about NBA free agency. They're saying that Jannard Green is going to return to the Houston Rockets. To me, Jannard Green is a very good bench player, so that's fine. You play Mario Maker 2? Um, I mean, that's an old video game. I think I don't know. I don't. To be honest, all I play is like 2K in the show and Rocket League. That's the only three games I'm playing right now. On PlayStation. I Oh, it came out yesterday on the Switch. I don't have a Switch. Some of my friends have a Switch though. I don't know. I like PlayStation better than Xbox. Yeah, I don't have a Switch. What do you think of Lil Wayne's track Groupie Gang? I have not listened to it, so I'll have to get back to you on that. By the way, you know I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. If you don't know something about me, big time Lil Wayne fan right here. Um, yeah. I don't keep up with video games like when they come out and stuff. I mean, it's just like I have a few friends that do, but I just don't. I'm not. I won't call myself a big video game player. Like the only games I really ever liked were like GTA 5 and Skyrim. Those were like really the only like two big time games that I really like. I mean, my friends tried to get me a console. Um, my friends tried to get me into Assassin's Creed 3, but basically the whole thing is, but I didn't get into it, man. Okay, Um, no, I'm not planning on running for town council in the near future at this time. No, if something to know about me, I did run for town council and lost. But I will be attending the meeting on Monday if you see me there. If you end up going, Pelicans are not going out to Al Horford. As I said, he's probably going to go ahead and sign with the Mavericks. Yeah, my first name's Matt. You saw it on a video. When I did a video, I called it to Feinbaum saying how Alabama was going to lose to Texas A&M this year. Cool. That's cool, comedy. That's cool. So the 2019-2020 salary cap is going to be 109.114 million, with the tax line being at 132.627 million. So supposedly they painted a mural, they painted a mural in L.A. and Lakers gear for Kawhi Leonard. As I said, it's smokescreen. Who finishes better in the West next season, the Thunder or the Lakers? Come back to me on that in 10 days. I mean, I have to see how the Lakers fill out their team, obviously. Now, I think the Lakers have the better star power, but I mean, don't forget that the Thunder have Russell Westbrook and PG-13. So, and they're going to be signing and Steven Adams. Even though I heard they want to trade Steven Adams, I don't think they're going to be able to trade that contract though. Okay, here's one. The Utah Jazz are eyeing Bojan Bogdanovic. Someone that was on the Pacers last year. Very good shooter. As I said, the Jazz, they need to find more shooting. They already made the big trade for Mike Conley. I think this will be a very good move if they go ahead and sign Bojan Bogdanovic. George Hill got waived by the Milwaukee Bucks, and Knicks are the favorites to land him. Also, Knicks want Wayne Ellington as well. Knicks also want James Ennis. Kevon Looney is also going to be speaking with the Bulls. The Nets are also interested in Jimmy Butler. I think he's a plan B or C, though, for the Nets. I know the Lakers might be a plan B as well. Clippers and Kings are also interested in Enes Kanter. That's as I said, the Kings are going to go after a center. They're going to get some center. I don't know who though, but they're going to go get some center. Joey D, I'm not going to put that message up on the screen, but overall, I'm going to go with Dwight Howard, but I'm not going to put that message up on the screen. Willie Cauley-Stein is actually he wants out of Sacramento, surprisingly. So he's a restricted free agent, and personally, I think that he'll probably sign a 1-year qualifying offer of the Kings if he wants out. Yeah, I can't blame you with that one, Joey D. KD's also on that list as well. He's up there, going to Golden State. Oh, man. Elfrid Payton is talking with the Pelicans as well and possibly re-signing there. The Wizards, here's some news. Restricted free agent Thomas Bryant, who had a very good season actually last season. Sounds like we're going to re-sign him. We're meeting with him. Hopefully we sign him to a good 4-year contract, 4 years, $56 million maybe. I think he's worth $10-15 million a year personally. Sixers are offering Tobias Harris a max contract. If that's the case, he will be a 76er. Really? Well, I'll say this about the Wizards. They're not going to be too far behind the Hornets, in my opinion. I think we're going to be terrible next year. I look at the East as of right now and what I'm hearing. Celtics, I think, are going to be better than the Wizards. I think the Raptors are even if Kawhi leaves, I think it's going to be better than the Wizards. Sixers, Nets. You go ahead. I think that the Magic are going to be better than the Wizards. They made the playoffs last year. You look at the Bucks, the Pacers. So that's 7 right there. 7 teams. And I look at the Hawks. I look at the Bulls, the Pistons. I go ahead and look at the Knicks. All 4 of those teams could be better than the Wizards. I don't think the Cavs are going to be better than the Wizards. I mean, outside of Kevin Love, Colin Sexton, he still needs to develop his game some. Um, so Darius Garland, we'll see what he does, but overall, I just don't think that I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be better than the Wizards. And I think the Wizards are going to be better than the Hornets as well. The Hornets they lost Kemba Walker. They're going to be the worst team in the league probably. Um, Once again, I'm not gonna show you a message, but no, I have not heard about that, Joey D. The reason why I'm not showing you messages, Joey D, is not because of you or anything. YouTube has telling their policies, so these messages could cause my YouTube channel to get shut down, possibly, depending on how the YouTube executives or whoever's making these decisions and at the YouTube headquarters are feeling that day. So that's why I can't show a few of your messages. Once again, I can't show that message either, but I'm not gonna go ahead. And by the way, actually, I disagree with you on that. YouTube headquarters, the CEO is not a cuck. Pretty sure he's far left. I don't like getting political or anything, but I'm just saying. Um, I'm just telling you the truth. I only speak facts on this channel.